Ooh, time for another podcast.
Hello guys and welcome back to the Balltalk podcast. And with me today I've got the regulars in Jack Ritchie.
Hello.
And last but maybe least, Ben White.
Hi.
And we'll get straight into the first topic, which is Sturridge and Kiko Casilla bans. What's your opinions on them, guys? Obviously Sturridge and Kiko, I can't say his name, but he can't play football.
It's absolutely
He's banned.
Ridiculous. Have you seen Sturridge has obviously been banned for 3 months, Casilla's been banned for 8 games. Sturridge has been fined 150,000 I believe, and Casilla got fined like 30,000 or 60,000. I don't we had this as well. I don't understand where they get their figures from. Someone's been found guilty of racially abusing a player on the pitch, and they get less of a fine than someone betting.
Yeah, and he's lost his job. He's lost his job as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. What are they doing? I can't believe it. But we've had it as well. It's like us. We got fined. For the Paddy Power shirts thing. We got banned one of the biggest figures I think in the UK for that.
What, for saying that you didn't have a sponsor?
No, for wearing them shirts in a pre-season bloody friendly. And we got bloody fined a crazy amount. I think it was ridiculous, and we got a warning and everything. It's like, just grow up. Bloody hell, it's a bloody laugh. That's the thing. We got fined more than what we earned for charity in the end, so we might as well just pay it to charity. We did it for charity. The shirts got auctioned off for charity. We still bloody got absolutely criticised for it, and we got fined all that money for it. I don't know what they're doing. Surely they would have saw that we've auctioned off the shirts, and we raised a lot of money for charity.
I think particularly in Sturridge's case as well. Obviously, he didn't get sacked. He mutually left Trabzonspor because he didn't want to be getting paid the wages and not doing anything.
He's injured anyway with half the season, so
that's another story, Ben.
Right.
Yeah, this isn't Sturridge's injuries. It's Sturridge's bans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If he want injury prone, he probably wouldn't be at bloody Trabzonspor or whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly, Ben. So
and he wouldn't be in the betting shop. He'd be at home training or being at the ground training.
If he was in England, he'd be in Coral. So no way to bet.
But I don't get it as well. What site did he bet with?
That's where he's gone wrong.
Has he done it with a Turkish betting shop? I don't know. They can't have, because that's against their religion. I don't get it.
I don't know. I'd like to go more on to the Casilla more, to be honest. And apparently he's turned around and said he didn't realise that term was a racist slur. Apparently, that's what they say.
He's a Leeds player. You've got to give him the benefit.
Is how much their Leeds fans defend it. Still, they're just like, there's no proof. You're like, well, they must have enough proof to find them guilty. They wouldn't just do it out of nowhere. And then if your players come out and said, "Oh, we didn't realise that was a racial slur," then maybe there is enough proof in some way. And they got let off easy with him having an 8-game ban and 60,000 fine. And then complaining about it. You're like, oh, just piss off. Like Leeds fans, oh my god.
I'm sorry, there's no way Kiko Casilla didn't know the N-word is a bad word.
He said it in Spanish, didn't he?
Yeah, there is no way. There is no way he didn't know. He knew it. But what's your opinion, Ben?
Yeah, it's terrible.
You're not really that bothered, are you?
Out as well.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Actually,
months.
yeah. Well, it was last season.
Yeah.
We're nearly in this one.
Well, that's the bans then. There's not really anything else to talk about ban-wise. Has any other players got bans recently for being racist or betting?
Nah. I want to ban Ben for the podcast, but that's a different story for another day, I think.
I want to ban myself.
Shut up.
Yeah, you sound like it. Right, we'll move on to the next topic then, shall we, Ben?
Yeah.
which is the Premier League boring? Are you bored by the Premier League this year, guys?
I can see people's. I can see what they mean a little bit. It has been a bit. It has been a little bit boring. I don't know.
I think from the top end it's boring. Like if you're a Liverpool or City fan, it's boring. You know, if you're Leicester, then you're sort of hanging in there for the Champions League spots. But obviously, Man City can't get a Champions League spot, so.
Yeah,
I don't think the Premier League's boring. I think it's just shit.
The way that Liverpool have
Money's
steamrolled
ruined
it.
Yeah.
Who wants to go watch a load of millionaires run around the pitch? I watch any other league any day.
Leicester and Wolves this season, to be fair. Like I've enjoyed watching Leicester and stuff.
I like Burnley. I've enjoyed Burnley. It's just
Burnley
typical Sean Dyche.
Yeah, Burnley are always a good side to watch. I don't even mind watching Norwich, to be honest. I just like what they're about. Yeah, they've spent like no money and they're just trying to do okay. It's like, I'll tell you what teams I don't like watching, like West Ham. It's like, oh, piss off, you spent all that money and you're still shit.
I don't like Villa. I like one player from Villa, Douglas Luiz. And
I don't mind Villa.
that's really it, just because they've tried buying the way through.
Problem is they needed the players, so I wouldn't criticise them too much. They have still spent a lot, but they did. The problem is they just still didn't have any players on the books. Like they didn't sign all the players they signed. They would have had to play El Mohammadi 36 games this season.
Yeah, but
I'll be happy to get relegated.
I quite like Grealish though, even though I know a lot. I expect Jay would say he don't like him or whatever. I actually quite like him.
Don't mind Grealish, but
I think he's quite a good player.
I think if you were an Ireland fan, you'd fucking despise him.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, we can swear on the podcast now, by the way, because YouTube's done that made for kids thing, and none of my content's made for kids now.
Yeah, so. Ben watches it.
So yeah, Grealish. If you're an Ireland fan, you'd despise him. Bournemouth, do you think they're gonna go down? I think they will.
Yeah. I reckon they might string some games together.
I think back-to-back relegations. Back to League One.
Bournemouth are boring. I'll tell you what I like to get into when I'm talking about the Prem. It's actually how exciting the Championship is every season. I just think it's really exciting. Like the bottom places, I think it's like 6-7 teams in it with 2 points together. That's how close it is. Even Luton and Barnsley have caught everyone back up again. Wigan have somehow I think Wigan have won 4 out of the last 6 games to get them, and they've won 4 out of the last 6 games. They're still only 2 points clear.
Luton went on that mad one, didn't they, as well?
Yeah, I know. It's honestly mental.
I want to see Stoke go down.
Anyone go down. That's the thing. Stoke have actually got good results, and they're still in the relegation today. They must be like, what can we do? Everyone's just winning.
I want to see him go down just because, just Stoke.
We would have been in the shit. We won our last 2 games. If we didn't win them, we would have actually...
Mid-table Tony Puller's side wasn't enough in the Prem for them, so they can rot in League One for like a... Charlton I want to see dip out, but...
They get a bit like that, to be honest. Right, it's like Southampton. We're not happy with getting 8th and playing shit football.
Yeah, now they're surviving each year.
Yeah. You get what you deserve.
What I like about the Championship is the different teams at the top. You don't know who's going to get promoted. It's always like a different sort of mix.
That's the thing. Anyone could beat anyone in the Championship very easily. Like last week, I think everyone down there pretty much won. It's like Wigan beat West Brom away, with West Brom atop, and I don't think they've lost. I think they might have lost 1 game at Hawthorne or something like that.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
And not to take a dig, but Huddersfield Cardiff got relegated last season. You would have thought they'd have been catapulting back up, but absolutely not.
To be fair, I said I thought we'd be in trouble. To be honest, I did kind of call that. I thought, even though I didn't want to say it would be, I thought we would. Yeah.
I thought you would as well.
Thanks for that, Ben. How are you getting on? Yeah, see you later.
I forgot you were here, Ben.
I fell asleep.
Oh, say something. What you got anything to add to the Championship?
Nope.
No.
Should we just get on to the quiz?
He just does not want to be here. Alright, and here is the quiz.
Hello guys and welcome to this week's quiz, and I wasn't exactly sure on what to do it on, so I thought I'd do it on a legend who's still playing and playing bloody well in the Championship this season, and that's Wayne Rooney with Derby, so I thought I'd just do a Wayne Rooney one. I don't think I've done a Wayne Rooney one, so I just thought, I'll tell you what's one fact about Rooney is he's actually the captain at Derby now, if you didn't know that. I didn't
And the
know
manager
that.
as well.
Yeah, he will be the manager, won't he? Captain slash manager slash player. But he's been playing really well, so I thought I'd just do a little quiz on Rooney, to be honest. I didn't know what to do it on. Right, first one. How many goals has Rooney got for England? Go on, Ben, set us off.
47.
Okay. Jay?
Well, I remember he got his 48th at San Marino. I think.
Okay.
So I'm going to say 49.
53, so that's a point to Jay.
Carnage begins.
Let Ben win 1 week, please. Alright. How many goals has Rooney got for Man United? Starting with you, Jay, then.
100 and... How many seasons was he there? Can you tell me that?
No, just answer the question.
I don't know that, but he was there for like what? I thought he was there for...
Well, he was there from
I thought he was there
16
for 10
to
he was over 10
maybe
seasons, wasn't it?
Yeah.
18, so that like 11, 12 seasons. 178.
Alright.
169.
Alright, that's a point to Jay. That was a really good effort, actually. It was 183. So you were very close. Ben,
Cheers-
why didn't
cheers,
you just
Ben.
go above?
I don't think
You get it wrong.
it sounded quite high.
How much did United pay for Rooney off Everton for, what was he, 16, 18 years old at the time? So
Yeah.
I was going to know
Okay.
that.
Well, he's just a guess, Ben. Have a go. You're starting with you. Have a go.
£12 million.
Okay. Jay?
20 mil.
25 mil, so it's a point to you, Jay.
I was going to say 25. But Ben Ben went really low.
Yeah, I'm always thinking about inflation.
Yeah, Ben.
I'm trying to think how much Wayne Rooney was worth back then.
Alright. What age did Wayne Rooney make his debut? Starting with you, Ben.
16.
Jay?
16.
Yeah, that's a point each.
Is it Everton?
Yeah. Alright. What shirt number was Wayne Rooney and Man United for all them seasons?
Oh shit, I don't know this.
Yeah, it's a tough one, to be honest. So it's, is what it is. If you get it, you get it, don't you? I won't be giving a point to who's closest.
Number 9.
Right. Ben?
Number 9.
Why? Alright. It's 10. So who actually both close?
Oh, I knew it was 10.
Why didn't you say 10, you know?
Shut up! You answer every time. That's like saying, I knew I should have won this week. But you lose every week. Alright.
There's number 10.
I'll put the bonus question in anyway. It doesn't really matter. We know who's won. But how old is
We have
Wayne
to
Rooney
do
now
that.
while he's still playing at Derby? Start with you, Joe.
31.
Ben.
33.
Ooh, Ben.
He is
34.
30. Yeah.
Alright, so today's winner of the quiz is Jay, 4-2.
How depressing. We
How
need
do
some
you
new
feel?
talent.
I've not worked it out wrong, Ben. What, do you want me to do a
No.
recount?
No, just let's get this done.
And I hope he counts wrong.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Ben, you got 4.
Oh, I'm the winner.
Shut up. Alright. Thanks, guys, that's the quiz.
Beautiful.
Shut up, Ben. So sarky today. Right. We'll move on to the next topic, which is results. Same as usual. We'll start off with Villa and Sheffield, which was postponed.
Lovely.
How do you guys find that result?
Fair result.
Yeah.
Norwich and Leicester. Norwich getting the win and trying to claw themselves out of the bottom.
We love Norwich.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit tough, isn't it?
What about Brighton Palace? The mighty Palace retrieving a goal from, I think it was PVA. I can't remember. Might have been a free kick.
I
know it was
you
Ayew.
always seem to just beat Brighton.
Yeah, no, we lost 3-0 to Brighton last year. 3-1. Start of the season,
Yeah?
I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
bloody hell.
and you know
I didn't realise
we've
that.
actually beaten them now, so
Mm.
we can be proud. Eddie Howe's boys as well, getting a 2-2 against Chelsea.
Yeah, it's a good result. They needed to say. Bloody hell.
It's a glimmer of hope for the side.
He should have left last season. Tried to push for one of the bigger moves.
He'll be out the
Now
door
he's gonna
now, won't he?
struggle. Well, that's the thing. It'd be such a shame because he is a good manager, but he's left it. I think he stayed there too long.
It's gone stale,
Yeah.
like a loaf of bread. What about you, Ben? You still there, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, what do you think then?
Good result for Bournemouth. Bad result for Chelsea.
Newcastle, Burnley, 0-0. Do me
Pretty
head in.
typical result, really,
Two
isn't it?
boring teams.
Wow. No need for that, then.
Leave Steve
You know,
Bruce out of
boring,
this.
You've got Phil Bardsley in the team.
Newcastle, we've got Sean and Matty Longstaff. Tell me about
Whoa.
a centre mid partnership then, them two. You should like
Neither of
Sean
them played, did they?
Longstaff. He looks like you as
No,
well.
it's all about Dwight Gale.
Neither of them played.
It's all about Dwight Gale.
Yeah, they probably didn't, to be fair.
No wonder it's a 0-0 when you got Dwight Gale in your lineup.
Oh yeah.
Need one on that.
West Ham, Southampton. Obviously West Ham dicking Saints. They were slightly losing it near the end though.
That's a bit of a shock actually. I didn't see that one. I thought Saints would do a bit more there, but
I want
good result
Saints
for
to
West Ham.
dip
They
out.
needed that. Yeah. I
What-
do. But,
The big shocker, Watford, Liverpool. Watford 3,
Yeah.
Liverpool 0. It's
Watford
just
were impressive. Liverpool were poor, but don't take anything away from Watford. They were good.
it's just
No,
typical
It's not
Pearson.
Liverpool down.
Pearson was
Pearson.
the man who planted the seeds for the Leicester win
He's a
of the
legend.
title. Yeah, you know, without Pearson, Leicester wouldn't have won that title. Everton United 1-1. Not really shocking in my opinion, because obviously Everton are getting there.
The VAR decisions were shocking. But,
Oh, don't start.
what, you thought it was?
We nearly
No,
had the
that
whole
wasn't a goal.
podcast about VAR
Right.
being
That
mentioned.
last one wasn't a goal.
To be fair, it wasn't what. To be fair, it did block De Gea's sight of the ball.
Yeah,
actually,
exactly. That's
didn't
what I'm saying. It shouldn't.
it? No, I'm fucking joking, Ben.
It did.
Goofy's laying on the ground. How can it block his view unless he's laying behind it?
The ball's on the fucking ground.
Yes, he can see over Gilfies, who's bloody like a couple metres in front of him.
Nah,
What? And what do you mean?
he's
nah?
like an obstacle.
De Gea's took a step to his right. The ball's
Yeah.
deflected off the defender, Harry Maguire, to take it to his left. There's no way he's saving it anyway.
Sigurdsson shouldn't be on the ground. Should have get
Yeah,
out
that's
of the way.
fine. That's a whole nother story. But it's right or wrong.
It's not. It's this story.
It's not blocked his view at all.
He's quite a beefy fella, Gilfy.
He is a big
I
lad.
won't be able to see over him.
Don't bloody just start talking and then start talking absolute bollocks, Ben.
He was in the way.
He was in the way. What? So De Gea was not able to see the ball, was he?
Nope.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. maybe watch it back, Ben. That's what I would do.
I have watched it many times.
I doubt it.
I think you should become referee.
Yeah. I'm gonna get on the talk sport and start arguing with Man United fans about this.
Yeah.
Well, you've brightened up the podcast, Ben, with your used to views.
Yeah.
That was proper English, but anyway, we'll move on. Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Tottenham 2.
Really good for what? Weren't Wolves 2-0 down? I
Yeah,
can't remember.
No.
But they're not. Yeah. It's still a quality result for Wolves.
no, they were 2-1. and then they pulled it back.
Especially where they're playing their Europa games and stuff as well. They're really doing well. With all the games they've got at the moment, and they're still managing to
The congestion,
go
yeah.
yeah, exactly, and go beat Spurs.
And they've not really got a depthy squad either.
Oh, they bloody haven't. No, not at all. I fancy them in Europe. I definitely think they go through the next round. They've got Olympiacos.
But
and they're doing
then, do they want to? There's always that curse. Happened to Middlesbrough.
well. Yeah, I know, but they'll probably be alright, won't they? They might as well
They'll
go as
lose
far
their
as they
place
go.
this season anyway.
Yeah, but it's still going to cost them a lot of money, so they can still buy more. They'll probably just put the money back in and buy some more players, really. There's not really that many who will go. It's really only Neves and maybe Jimenez, but Jimenez, I don't know who will have him.
I think he'll stay. I think he'll
Yeah,
stay.
I think he'll stay. I don't really know
Who,
who will have
Neves?
him. Yeah, no, Neves might go, but
Jimenez
Jimenez
will stay.
Jimenez is the other one, and I don't really know who will have him, really. Man United with a crazy 40 million bid, maybe, because they're idiots, but apart from that, I don't know who else will take him, really. Like, he's probably better off just staying where he is. He's playing that league.
Saying that, has Zagallo played a game yet for United?
Yeah, he didn't look
Scored.
like he could run properly when I watched him. I don't know, just didn't look right, but
That's what China does to a man.
yeah.
I will move on to.
Pockets is wearing him down with his money.
You don't say much, Ben, but when you do, it's actually quite witty.
Ben, football shorts don't have pockets, I'm afraid.
He's still got millions in there.
What, down his pants?
Yeah. That's where I'd keep it.
Shut up. Go up to him.
Nice
You
bit of
got a
sweaty
Man United
cash.
game. You got all your cash down there? What do you mean?
Had you?
I've got it in my socks.
Well, we'll talk about. I've lost my words. Predictions. Liverpool, Bournemouth.
I think Liverpool will go back to winning ways, but I think it will only be probably a 2-0 win. For Liverpool.
I think 3-1.
I think
Yeah,
2-1
sounds-
Bournemouth.
Blimey, Ben.
Liverpool
Wow.
knocked off their high horse, now they're in trouble.
They're in trouble.
This is
They're in
worse
the
than
shit.
Steven Gerrard's slip.
Well, they're like 20 points clear.
Yeah. They're in the shit.
They're in trouble.
Klopp's always going to be the
Yeah,
bride.
Ben's sitting there. Klopp out, I say.
Klopp's always going to be the bridesmaid, and
Get
never the
me in,
bride.
I'll do a job. What would that be? Lose every game and come second.
Nah, he only has to select the players on the pitch. It's an easy job, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely
I
that
can do
easy.
I can
Yeah,
do that.
right, okay. Ben, we wouldn't have you on the podcast if you're that stupid, so don't start acting like it now.
You should see me on Football Manager.
I'm a talent.
I win
What,
games.
when you were Sholing and I was Andover New Street. Yeah.
Let's not speak about that.
And over Nusha, a good side.
I was dominating the league with them. Anyway, Wolverhampton Wanderers and Brighton. I think
Wolves.
2-1. 2-1 Brighton.
Yeah.
Glenn Murray.
3-1 Wolves.
Yeah, I'll go 3-1 Wolves as well.
Oh, you agree on something.
For once.
Arsenal West Ham.
2-0 Arsenal.
1-1 draw.
1-0 West Ham, I'd say. Southampton and Newcastle. 4-0 Newcastle.
Shut up. 1-0 Southampton.
Scab.
Yeah, probably 1-0 Southampton.
Sheffield United and Norwich. I'd say 2-1 Norwich.
1-0 Sheffield United. Won't be many goals.
2-1 Sheffield United.
Saying that, how many games have Sheffield United had 1-0? Or no goals happen? Anyway, Crystal Palace and Watford. I think 2-1 Watford. Roy's boys, I don't think IU's gonna get too many more. He's done
1-1.
enough already this season.
Yeah,
And
1-1 for me.
Ben has disappeared.
Yeah, sorry guys, he's ordered chicken takeaways.
He was moaning before we started about his chicken, and he said he'll have to leave, but obviously
We set a time, but obviously that
He-
means nothing to him.
he was supposed to say watermelon as well, but no, he's not said that, so it's here. So yeah, that's just Ben for you. Anyway, we'll move on to Burnley and Tottenham, Richie. I think 3-1 Spurs. Mourinho's got to pull it back. Burnley don't really need the points.
Who were the teams, sorry?
Burnley and Tottenham.
Yeah, I think it'd be. I don't know, 1-1 for me.
Yeah.
Bit out there. Yeah.
Chelsea, Everton.
2-2. I think Everton are playing bloody well, actually.
Yeah, I think Chelsea are due another 2-2. And United City. Nice derby on a Sunday. I should be on Sky, shouldn't it?
Yeah, probably. 2-2.
Oh, I say 3-1 City. I don't think United worth their salt anymore. But then City haven't really got much to play for now, have they? Yeah, I'd say 3-1. Yeah. And the last but not least, Leicester City taking on Villa.
2-1 Leicester.
I think 2-1 Villa. It's just sort of wishful thinking. They need a win. Could pull them out of the bottom three. And losing my words again. That concludes the results and predictions section of the podcast. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been Jared. Ben hasn't been here, and Richie has been Richie.
See you guys.
Alright,
Adios.
Oh.
have a good one.